What's up, guys? Today we're going to take a look at Dustin Johnson's swing, probably the most athletic swing on tour, um, largely in part to the fact that he bows that left wrist so far at the top and he gets that club face pointed up straight at the sky. But the first thing you're going to see with Dustin, he's got a real nice athletic setup, and like most long hitters on tour, he just stands up, nice and tall over the ball, really nice knee flex. Um, he's got a great all-around swing. Like I said, really athletic move. A lot of speed, a lot of strength, a lot of power in this guy. He's a really tall guy, so he's able to get the ball out there. So let's take a look. You can see, pretty normal takeaway for what an unusual swing it is. You can see he gets the club moving a little bit outside, and you can see right there, perfect position. Club head is covering the hands really good. You can see that's a great position to be in. You guys need to strive for that position. That just helps you. It just shows that you're on plane and that you got the club in the right spot. Club's parallel to the ground, halfway back, and you can see we'll go a little bit deeper in the backswing. Dustin does have a tendency to kind of stand the shaft up just a little bit. He's got kind of a flat backswing to this point. You can see that the shaft is pointed a little outside the ball, but not a problem for a guy like him. Really flexible, really strong. He can get that club moving back in the right direction. You can see it's just a normal swing up until the next couple moves. You can see his arms are going to keep going. You see right there his wrist starts to bow, and you can see that club face is pointed straight up at the sky right there. I mean, you could balance a glass of water on the club head. It just points straight up at the sky. Um, this is a really tough position to work with unless you have his speed, his strength, his athleticism. You can see he's got the hands real nice and high. You can see his arm plane is just about right on the ball, so you can see he's smack dab on plane at the top of the swing. You can see as he starts his way down, you can see he's really going to pull out of his way with his lower body. If he doesn't do that, what'll happen is he'll end up hooking the ball way left because he'll get that club face just so shut at the bottom. You can see he sits down into it pretty nice, coming down. His left wrist actually doesn't stay bowed, which is the odd thing. His left wrist just bows at the top of the swing, and he just straightens it out from there. I think it's just more of something that he's adopted throughout his career that he's always had. Really unique move to him. A lot of guys will bow their wrist, just not to that extent. Guys like Grant McDowell and Jordan Spieth have that little left wrist bow at the top, but nothing like Dustin. You can see just pulling down really hard. Shaft is right on plane, and you can see he's already started to push up with his back foot. He's pushing hard into his left side, trying to transfer his weight while keeping his head behind the golf ball, which is a really big key. You guys need to work on getting your weight and your lower body forward while keeping your head at or behind the ball, because when you move your head out in front of the ball, that's when you have a tendency to leave this a little right. But you can see as he goes through, just excellent. This is a really tough position to emulate right here because his hands are actually gonna exit somewhere on this line, which is well below his shoulder line. You can see his arm comes out, and that takes a lot of flexibility to be able to release the club like that, a lot of strength. You can see he's just gonna come on through to a really unique, really his own unique follow through, really balanced, and just overall, it's overall a great swing. Um, I don't really recommend that left wrist position at the top to anybody, just because it takes a lot of flexibility. Dustin is probably double jointed in his wrists and his elbows, and that's what allows him to get into that position. A, and B, he's so strong, so flexible, so much power, so much speed that he can take that shut club face from the top and actually turn it into a square club face at the bottom, which does take a lot of lower body movement. So one of the good things to look at in Dustin's swing, which you guys should definitely look at from a face-on view if you get a chance, is watch how his lower body shifts forward, but his head stays back behind the golf ball. And his shot is typically about a 5 or 6 yard draw off the tee. But a lot of the times he'll just hit a dead straight ball. Um, watch the takeaway and watch his weight transfer. He's probably got one of the better weight transfers on tour. And see what you can take away from it. You'll get your game back on track in no time. Thanks, guys.